The story of a people is told best by those who live it out daily. And when the history of that community is informative, inspirational, and insightful, it should then be shared with the world. The Clio Exchange does that.
That is wonderful to be inspired that way by guys like that, who you knew were just tremendous athletes.
I'm sitting in our auditorium, and the door opens. I'm sitting next to the entrance, and the door opens, and in walks Joe Louis and his manager, and I'm sitting there, and they come in, and darn if they didn't sit down right next to me. And as a youngster, I'm a youngster. I don't know how old I was, but I was just sitting there, and I'm looking, and I'm just shaking,
right.
just because I'd never seen hands that large in
Joe
my whole life. And he had his hands like this, and I'm looking over there, and they looked like they just covered everything. And we listened to all his fights on radio.
Right. I bet they had great stories too. Huh?
Oh gosh, tremendous. And I remember being with Joe some years back here at a banquet we had, and I started telling him about it, and he was just laughing because he remember coming to Hot Springs. He wouldn't remember that incident. He remember coming there, and he was just laughing as I was telling him. I said, I couldn't believe your hands, man.
Now, do you go back to Hot Springs now? I'm jumping ahead because we got a lot to go back to.
Back and forth because I don't have any family there now.
Okay.
One of my brothers had lived there up until 4 or 5 years ago, and once he moved from there to Minnesota, I haven't been down since then. Yes, I am sorry. My principal passed, and I did go for the funeral.
But the whole idea of sharing with youngsters from your position of notoriety, you've done that throughout your entire career. I mean, you made a point of going into the community to touch kids, and now I know why.
Yeah. I had that, and I often tell people, I didn't have heroes that I worshipped, and I think part of that was that I was around so many great athletes during those years because it was forced on us, and being in an area where all of these people came. And I could just keep rattling off Monty Irvin. I can just keep rattling off these names of guys I've known. So through the years in my travels, and I run into those guys, it's great because they remember some of that. And Joe Black and I just used to have great fun because he was 49 and I was 49. So all of this, and I remember how well they looked after us. It didn't matter how great they had been playing their sport. They always took time out for us.
Now, you left Arkansas, went to Illinois, and that's where you became indoctrinated in a serious way with football.
Yeah, I got a little more involved in football there because actually, this is interesting.
Okay.
I was going to Grambling because in my area of the country, we knew very little about the North or the East.
Okay.
So all the colleges in those areas, so my senior year, I had 30-some schools after me, and so many of them was out east, and I didn't know where they were or who they were.
Were they after you for track?
No, football.
For football.
For football.
Okay.
And track. Back then, you took the dual scholarships.
I see. Okay.
But I was aware of the black institution, Grambling, Tennessee State,
Prairie View,
and Jackson State. We were into that.
Right.
Bishop College, all those black schools. And so I was going with Eddie because Eddie is just getting going.
Right.
And we laugh about that even today. He said, I had you. And but my mama came and got me.